we are here on a progress to see if we have any DNA results back, whether or not the department has filed for modification, and then we'll go from there. I did want to make some inquiries, get some updates concerning drug testing and visitation. So, Mr. Mark, I'll let you kind of bring the court up to speed on those issues.
Okay, Judge. I think Ms. Hollinger is the caseworker on this case, so I'll briefly call on her.
All right. Well, let me, Ms. Hollinger, if you will raise your right hand, be sworn, please. All right. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Let me interrupt you just a moment, Mr. Mark. My apologies. Kind of got ahead of myself. Let me call for the parents. I believe I see a device named Hannah and Jay. I'm assuming that's the parents. If you all will start your video, and let me call first for the mother, Hannah Padilla.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. And is Mr. McBrayer there with you? Jay McBrayer?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see him and let me have him answer. There we go. Thank you, sir. Gotcha. All right. Very good. What about Edward Ruiz? Edward Ruiz, is he present? All right,
He may not be.
Pardon me?
He may not be.
Okay.
We just got the Zoom link this morning, so he may not be able to join.
Okay. Well, for the time being, no answer, nor is anyone presently in the waiting room. So if he appears in the waiting room, I'll bring him right into the virtual courtroom. Okay, so Ms. Hollinger, you were sworn. Thank you, Mr. Mark. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Ms. Hollinger.
Morning.
Could you give Judge Lockwood an update on this case, Padilla McBrayer?
Sir. So I had originally ordered a drug test on June 13th. That was before our last hearing, and they did not go. Hannah and Jay did not go until the 27th after the last hearing. And one of them tested positive for meth and amphetamines. And the other one just tested positive for the marijuana. And then I ordered another test on 7/8, and they still have yet to go for that test. And they did not, Mr. McBrayer did not show up to do the DNA test on the 16th that was scheduled.
Okay, and I assume you apprised him of that DNA test and the reasons for it? And
yes,
he just did not show up? They
did not.
And it was a court order, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are you recommending to Judge Lockwood at this time?
We are still recommending termination for Ms. Padilla and Mr. McBrayer.
Okay, and on what basis?
On the basis that they have not fully complied with their family plans. They have continued to not drug test when asked. They don't keep in contact with me, the caseworker, on a regular basis. They are still living in the home with Ms. Padilla's parents, where the children were removed because of methamphetamines.
Okay. Anything else you think is important for the judge?
I don't think so at this time.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Buffkin, any questions of Ms. Hollinger?
No questions, Judge. She provided us all a detailed update day before yesterday, so no questions.
All right. Thank you. And Ms. Hollinger, the tests on June the 23rd, were they hair follicles and urinalyses or just urinalyses?
Had ordered both, but they only did UAs.
Okay. Were all of the 2054s and the paperwork in place for the hair follicles?
I believe so.
Okay.
I did go ahead, and since they didn't do that one, I went ahead and submitted another one with the 7-8 test, but they haven't gone to that one either. So,
all right. All right. Thank you. And Mr. Mark, have you filed a motion to modify the final orders?
Trying to remember, Judge. Ms. Hollinger, do you know if we have prepared and filed that modification?
I don't believe that we have yet.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hollinger. Ms. Pillows, just keep your hand up. I'll swear you in. All right. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. You may proceed.
We were waiting to see if the DNA test and to see the drug test and everything from the last hearing. But now that all of that we will be filing a modification and we will try to be getting that submitted next week.
All right. Thank you. Any questions from anyone for Ms. Pillows? Mr. Buffkin?
No, sir.
No questions, Judge.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Padilla and Mr. McBrayer, if you'll turn on your video, please. All right. Let me see if you can zoom out so that I can see both of you, please. Ms. Padilla?
You don't want to be on video.
Well, the court is requesting that he come into the video because I'm going to swear both of you in. There we go. Raise your right hands, please. Do you all go ahead and keep them up? Do you all swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Mr. McBrayer, you were sworn. Tell me why you've not gone for DNA yet, if in fact you have not.
Well, I haven't, but, I really haven't. Y'all still haven't given me a good enough reason why you took my kids from the get-go. So I don't see why I have to comply to all this, which I didn't do anything wrong. And so I feel like I've done something wrong to have to do this. So
okay,
until y'all give me a good enough reason why you took my kids, I'm not going to comply to what you're saying.
All righty. Well, we can do it the easy way or we can do it the hard way.
Well, I mean, you can do it the hard way. I don't care.
Well, you've been consistent in that indifference, and
yeah. I mean, y'all been consistent in lies and not telling the truth, and y'all huddle together, but y'all don't really look at the facts. What really happens?
Well,
ain't nobody ever took any methamphetamines from this house.
We're going to do just that. Look at the facts. When we have a trial, I'm trying to get you an attorney. We need to establish your parentage. And so far, you have just spurned the court's orders. And so
the court hasn't provided me with proof that I need to do anything.
I've had enough of your words. And
okay, you're right. You're right. Take it off me.
Ms. Padilla, are you and Mr. McBrayer, do you have full-time employment?
I do.
Does he?
Not right now. He's looking.
All right. Is he on any disability?
No, sir.
All right. Does he have any income otherwise?
Not right now.
Okay. Now, both of you need to recall, and I know I've told you this at least 2 or 3 times, that once this modification has been filed, you all will have a right to an attorney. You can hire an attorney now or anytime. If you can't afford an attorney, then the court will take up the issue of whether or not you're indigent for the purposes of an attorney. So you can go back to mute for now. Let me hear from Casa, if I may, Mr. Mark.
Yes, sir. I'm going to call. I'm sorry, Brent. What's your last name?
Daniels.
Brent Daniels. I'm going to call Mr.
Okay.
Daniels.
Okay, and I don't believe I swore him in. So if you'll raise your right hand, Mr. Daniels, please. Okay, let's go ahead and get everybody sworn in, regardless of whether you'll testify. Just go ahead and sworn in. All right. Do you all swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's everybody. All right. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Mr. Daniels.
Good morning, sir.
You are the Casa worker on this case, the Padilla-McBrayer case,
Yes, sir.
and you've heard the testimony of Ms. Hollinger and Ms. Pillows, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and your supervisor, Ms. Roque, is present also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what would you like to add on behalf of Casa for Judge Lockwood?
I mean, as far as the children go, they're thriving. I visited last month, and I have I'm going to plan a visit before this month is out. But they're thriving. They're happy, and every time I go over there, I've been over there several different times, and the home is always clean. The children are always clean. They're in really good spirits. Chris and Raquel are doing an awesome job.
Okay, and the children are with foster parents, is that correct?
Aunt and uncle.
Aunt and uncle. Okay, so it's a relative placement.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have a recommendation on behalf of Casa for Judge Lockwood?
I mean, I would recommend what the department's recommending. To be honestly, at this point, it's going on 3 years. So.
Oh, okay, that would be termination. Just so
Yes,
we're clear,
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and is it your impression that neither parent has been willing to do what Judge Lockwood has asked them to do and the department has asked them to do?
From what I've seen, yes, that's the case.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Buffkin.
No questions, Judge.
All right. Thank you. And Mr. Daniels, remind me, if you will, please, sir, what, if any, contact are the parents having, either parent, with the children?
Last time I talked to Raquel, it was over video. I don't believe there's been any physical contact with the children because of your order of the drug screens. But Raquel has told me that there have been video calls, and there have been few and far between at that.
All right. Do you know whether they're between the mother and the children, or the mother and or Mr. Brayer and the children?
As far as what I know, it's the mother and the children.
All right. And your recommendation going forward regarding virtual contact between the mother and the children?
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that if that's what she wants to do, but I don't know that she's motivated to do that, honestly.
Is there any reason for that belief of yours other than her inconsistency with the visits?
The inconsistency with the visits.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Daniels. Any other questions from anyone at this point from Mr. for Mr. Daniels?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, bear with me just a moment. In the meantime, does anyone else have anything else in terms of the progress and update for today? Mr. Buffkin, Mr. Mark, Casa, anyone? Mom, Dad?
No, sir.
I do not, Judge.
Okay.
I think we've put all our evidence before the court.
All right, thank you. Bear with me just a moment, please. All right, I believe Mr. Chris Rodriguez is coming in the courtroom now. Stand by, please. All right, thank you. We are back. Ms. Padilla, if you will start your video again and unmute, please. And Ms. Padilla, let me remind you that you're under oath. Is Mr. J. McBrayer sitting next to you? Is he the biological father of the children whose initials are O.M. and J.M. in this case?
Yes.
Is it possible that anyone else is the biological father of these children?
No.
And you're aware, some time ago, the court has ordered him, multiple times, to submit to genetic testing, DNA testing, with regards to the issue of his paternity of both of those children, correct?
Yes.
All right. And to your knowledge and understanding, and even based on the things that he's told you or you've heard him say, is it fair to say that he's declining to go for the DNA tests that have been multiple times ordered?
Yes.
Pardon me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And Mr. McBrayer? Mr. McBrayer, you would agree that I have ordered you to submit to DNA testing concerning
Correct.
the children. And is it accurate to say that you have heretofore declined that order to test?
Correct.
Do you believe that you're the father of both?
I know I'm the father of both of those kids.
Okay. All right. Let me see if anyone else has any questions of Ms. Padilla or Mr. McBrayer. Okay. Pursuant to Texas Family Code 160.622, the court, having previously, again, that's 160.622, the court previously having ordered J. McBrayer to DNA test for the children ORM and JHM, the court finds that it has ordered him to test, that he has declined to test, and pursuant to the aforementioned statute, I'm going to hereby find that he is the father of both children and hereby adjudicate him as the father of both children. And I will sign an order to that effect. This is also based on the testimony, sworn testimony of the parents heretofore and today.
Judge, could you give that statute number again, please?
Yes, Mr. Buffkin, 160.622.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
That statute begins with lowercase a, imbuing the court with the authority to hold Mr. McBrayer in contempt because he has spurned the court's order to DNA. I'm forbearing that at this time and not holding him in contempt at this time, but I have hereby adjudicated him.
Thank you.
And that would be under B. the court further orders that the birth certificates be changed to reflect this order of the court relative to the two youngest children, the subject of this suit. And Ms. Pillows and or Ms. Hollinger, if I haven't already, the court would make the request of you all to provide affidavits of indigence to both Mr. McBrayer and Ms. Padilla, and Mr. Ruiz, for that matter, in anticipation of your filing, I believe you said as soon as next week, a modification. So with that filing, it will trigger the parents being entitled to court-appointed attorneys if they cannot afford one. So parents, remember, you have a right to an attorney. Once this modification for termination or mere change of conservatorship has been filed, then we will visit further about whether you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So the court has received evidence this morning under oath that Mr. McBrayer is not currently working. So the court takes judicial notice of that.
Judge, may I ask, because of the lack of communication and the lack of participation, I don't know necessarily if they are going to cooperate with us to prepare that affidavit. And
they may very well not do that, but go ahead and try to
yes, sir.
Deliver it to them and or mail it to them.
Yes, sir.
Certified and first class.
Yes, sir.
And the court will direct the parents to go ahead and, in anticipation of the suit for modification with an eye towards the trial, go ahead and fill this out, Ms. Padilla and Mr. McBrayer. Please stop fighting the lifeguard. Okay, anything else for today? Mr. Mark, Mr. Buffkin, anyone? Casa, anyone?
No, sir.
No, sir, nothing from
all right.
the department.
Okay, thank you all for being here today. Again, our next scheduled hearing is for our permanency review after final order, November the 15th, 11:45 a.m. But Mr. Mark, if you will, please, as soon as a modification has been filed, let my coordinator, Ms. Wallingford, know. And then I'm going to take a look at any affidavits of the parents or what's before the court in terms of their possible appointments of attorneys.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
So thank you very much. Parents, remember you have a right to hire your attorney at this point. Okay, so remember that. I cannot imagine going through something so important without legal counsel and somebody who knows these cases and this section of the law inside and out. All right. Okay, if there's not anything else from anyone else, I want to thank all of you. The court will note the Rodriguez presence today. Thank you all very much, Casa, everyone. So with that, if there's not anything else, we are adjourned. You're excused, and have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. Please take care.
Thank you.